Alrighty, it is 2:34 in the afternoon. We are in Kremmling, Colorado. I'm getting ready to head up north on Highway 40. So we can go take a look at Gore Pass today. In this beautiful fall day. So far I have driven 348 miles today. Give me about 440 miles, 450. By the time we're done. Try it out. The lighting conditions are changing so often. I'm having to mess with the camera. It is October 3rd today. We've got a storm that came in last night, yesterday really, that has extremely accelerated the leaves changing colors. And actually it's strong enough winds has been blowing, a lot of the trees bare, which is good. That needs to happen so the trees can survive the winter, not get loaded down with snow and then broken, which will happen. But this kind of sucks if you want to see the fall colors. Because I did something stupid last week and wasn't able to drive this car, I didn't get any filming done last week when the colors were beautiful. I just trying to get things done and wasn't thinking. And if you're wondering, you can look on the Old Town website on YouTube, the homepage, whatever you want to call it. I left a comment about that. I don't want to recount it. It might get me crying. I don't want to cry while I'm driving, especially in this really pretty yet windy, stormy day. That is a hell of a reservoir, the Wolford Mountain Project. You probably can't see it, of course, but it's off the side of the road. Big lake, big reservoir, excuse me. It's raining just enough to really mess up the window, even with the wipers. The streaks of the water disappear quickly, but yeah, they mess things up. I think Gore Pass is going to be pretty. It doesn't get as much wind as Rabbit Ears. It seems to be a bit better protected from these elements that we're actually experiencing today. You know, strong southwest winds. So, guess we'll find out. That's where we're headed. And I'm gonna change that because now we're all dark. That'll make editing this a lot of fun if I use it. I think I got somebody on my tail. I'm gonna let him get around me. I don't really want to fuck with them. I don't know if you noticed, but I got on the road like I'm mad. Maybe they'll be, you know, be thinking, shit, I don't want to piss this guy off after he pulled over for me or something like that. Does that make any sense at all? I mean, I don't think it does. How they do this though. Ready? I have to pass these guys again. The thing about it, they were speeding up on me fast on the straightaway. So I assumed that they were going to haul ass up here, and I don't want to be in their way. I'd rather be able to film this, pay attention more to what I'm filming than having some car on my ass. That really annoys me. You know, it annoys me any time to have some car on my ass. So the fact that they're going a lot slower than I would go up this road isn't a real good sign. On the other hand, I really don't need to go that fast. I'm not in a hurry. I'm here to film the aspens. It's very pretty up here. It's just the kind of stuff you want to kind of drink in. The colors are so nice, so rare. You know, you see colors like this. They just work together so well. Like the greens here versus the yellows and the oranges. I mean, it's, well, you know, I've said it a lot of times today, but God is the supreme artist. Art comes, like everything else, art comes from God. Good. They're going to go up. That's an interesting road. It'll take you up onto Rabbit Ears Pass. Just kind of neat. But I'm happy that they're not in front of me now. I can go my speed and not worry about having to film them for the next, however many miles. But I don't like that. Let's keep. If you think I might be intentionally emptying out my there we go. Again, if you think I might be intentionally emptying out my washer fluid reservoir, you would be right. And it did work okay. And then it took all that fluid for a tiny spot. These are just ridiculously poor wipers. Expensive too. Just not worth the shit. Oh, this is so pretty. My grandpa died in 2006, I think. He passed away in Grand Junction. It was a terrible thing. He really wanted to die at home, but he couldn't. My mom was in bad shape. She was in the hospital, around the hospital at the time. She was a healthy woman, but she had some issues, and she was messed up. She couldn't watch Grandpa. My sister, older sister, Sue was taking care of Grandpa quite a bit. Anyway, eventually he died, and the funeral for him, he was buried in Denver. He lived in Denver for a long time. And as we came back, we stopped here on Gore Pass, just up here in the trees just a little ways, and stopped, and I don't know, me and people that went, me and my nephew, my sister and her husband. Could have been more people than that. I think it might have been both of my sisters and both of their husbands. But I remember that moment that we came up here. It was really beautiful. It was peaceful. We were sad. It was just a nice day. that ranch right there, Gore Ranch or Gore Pass. I wanted to buy that when I was a kid. When I first came up here, I thought that is the perfect place, right underneath all these beautiful trees, underneath a nice area. If you want to go skiing up here, you can, you know. Not downhill skiing, not ridiculously expensive, silly skiing, but actual, you know, get out and do exercise skiing. That didn't happen. I didn't buy that property. I probably couldn't have bought that property. I probably still can't buy that property. But I also don't have the urge to live there now. But I love driving by. This is one of the, I think, the prettiest aspen drives around here. Gore Pass. It's beautiful. Whatever it is, Gore Pass in the fall has got it. I probably don't have to tell you that. You can probably see it right now. So, and I'm so glad I came up here today. If I would not have done this, oh yeah, if I would not have done this, this would be gone next week. These colors don't last. You've got to be here when they're here. There are times when you get, you know, more. Just depends on what the weather, the conditions are. Last year, the colors remained really nice for quite a long time. I was impressed, like almost a month. This year, they started about 2 weeks ago. Around here. I mean, they really started shooting up to about 2 weeks ago, and we're already past prime. I mean, we're past it. I've said that so many times today. And I've been in several forests today, filming beautiful scenes like this. Oh, pretty. I think that the first moose that I saw in my entire life, I mean, you know, in person, was on this pass. And it wasn't that long ago. He was a youngster. He was only about 9 feet tall. He was back down in those thick trees down below, near where the houses were, actually. He might have been somebody's pet. You know, someone could have been feeding him. Might still be feeding him. What's actually snow? falling up here again. We've been through a few snowfalls today. Very pretty up here. I've told this story before, but apparently somewhere around here, when a military man by the name of Gore was leading an expedition up here, I don't know what his rank was, one of the crew supposedly found on some outcrop around here a large gold crystal. And then they went on and continued doing their thing, their surveying expedition or whatever they were doing. And that person came back the next year and tried to find the area where he had found that gold crystal, and he wasn't able to find it. But that's the story, and that's how I heard it. That it was actually a gold crystal. And those do exist, you know, I mean, a gold that has, apparently has faces on it. I'll go down here for a second. Because I wanted to get out of Kremmling. There were several people queued up to leave the same time I was leaving. I wanted to try to get out ahead of them so that I didn't have to meet them in traffic, because I really just despise doing that. I'm not going to pay the fee. I'm not going to pay $10 to use their facilities. But I have already paid a fee to the state. So, and I've never used that fee, so I guess I can go to the state and collect. This is a beautiful little road down through here. I've come down here before. I wanted to take a look at the idea of maybe camping here and doing some, you know, some hobby type prospecting here. And so I grabbed my pan and headed to a river which is right over to our right, and took a little pan and didn't find anything really that made me inspired, or made me think I should come back here and camp here. I've mentioned it before, but I had bought a pass when I got the registration for this car this year. They added a I think it's $29 pass, which is apparently going to go up next year for state parks, so that I could get into state parks. And I thought I would easily use that pass this year, but I've never used it. I have not had any time to do any of the things this year that I was considering doing. I have had a little bit of time to do some collecting and to do some looking. I spent a little time looking at those pegmatites just right over the state line in Wyoming. Very pretty. I like the red. Every so often, a little touch of red. I think of Bob Ross. It's your little world. There are no mistakes. There are just happy coincidences or something like that. I really enjoy watching that show. I haven't seen it in a while. I'd like to be able to get it on a DVD and watch it from time to time, because it's fascinating to me to see how well he can paint a scene. And I get that he's using relatively basic techniques. I mean, it's actually quite clever, you know. This guy's going to a cool spot, going to Radium. We could be going to Radium Hot Springs. Of all the places that you can go on that road, that's one of them. That will take you down into Gore Canyon, by the way. It's only 12 miles. It's really, we're not far from Gore Canyon and the Trough Road. I gotta wonder how much they've actually made off that campground since they put it in place. And how much it cost them to put it up there. Because if it's the government doing it, it's going to cost them a crap load. They're very inefficient. Looking at it, let's say if there were 10 spaces there, 10 picnic tables, 10 fire pits, the gravel to come gravel the roads. What do you want to bet they spend about $100 grand on that? Then the bathroom itself, probably another 50 grand. By the time it's all said and done, you know, they probably didn't spend 50,000 on the bathroom, but they did have to dig a hole, you know, pour a pad. I'm assuming they poured a pad. Maybe they just drilled the hole and set a complete modular right on top of the hole. I don't know. But there was quite a bit, there was quite a bit of effort just to build that little spot. And it is a really pretty camping spot. I've seen maybe 2 people there. Granted, I'm not really making a point to canvass the area every time I pass by here, but I typically glance down and take a look at it. There is a little road right up here that you can take off to the right and end up in Stagecoach. I don't particularly like the drive. I don't find it to be that. I find it to be more annoying than anything else. Just driving way too long on a bad dirt road. But yeah, Lagunitas Lake and Links Pass Campground. That road right there take you up into Stagecoach. We're going to Stagecoach also. Well, we're not going. We're going to Oak Creek, so we're going that general direction, just not into Stagecoach. Although I wouldn't mind it. It's going to be beautiful up at Stagecoach. It's probably gorgeous up there right now. But no, I filmed Stagecoach. That video's out. It's not bad, you know. It's got some pretty good early season colors in it. And I have actually filmed from Oak Creek to Hayden. I'll be going that way. So that's the only route today that I'll be going on that I've already filmed. About 20-mile section of road. And I got that yesterday. Yeah. So I'm not going to film that today. I think we've done good. We've caught a lot of these. Gore Pass has got to be my favorite, but I've been through some really pretty area today. Several pretty areas. I think what I like about Gore Pass is that the forest is really thick and vivid. It's robust. So the greens are really nice, dark. There's just really good contrast in here. Yeah, and a little bit of snow. Just to let us know winter's coming. But the nice big trees up here give us that dark background and it makes for really nice contrast like this. You might wonder, do I think about this kind of stuff, fall colors, in this way all the time? And the answer is no, I don't. But when I have a camera in the car, I'm thinking about what looks good and what doesn't look good. somebody's trash. We really need that up here. That's actually sleet down here. It will snow up further, up higher behind us. So it's sunny and snowy or sleeting. Oh, the trees are pretty here though. Oh yeah, I like it. There are other places that I could go that are like breathtakingly beautiful, but I just don't have the stamina to do. Well, there's a road called County Road 8. It's Route County Road 8. And it goes up into the flat tops. And it is beautiful up there. But it needs, it needs its own thing. Maybe someday. Hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm on the west side of Gore Pass, just coming out of the Aspens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a good deal of time before you make it home.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. I decided today if I don't film this stuff today, it's not going to get filmed.
Okay.
So.
Right.
Well, we're going to be.
Well, I'll call you up in about an hour and a half or so and see how you're doing.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I'll catch you later. Have some good filming session there.
So far, so good.
Okay.
All righty. Bye.
Okay, catch you later. Bye.
We're getting into these little swarms of gnats. They're tiny little things. But I did finally drain the fluid. In my reservoir, which I wanted to do. I wanted to get I put some 20 below windshield cleaner in this morning because I had water in it. I wanted to dilute it so that it wouldn't freeze overnight because they were calling for freezing temperatures. We never did make it that cold. We didn't get down that cold, but anyway, better safe than sorry. So I wanted to empty that out. I knew it would probably be easy to do today. In front of us are the flat tops. They get up there. They're pretty tall. The tallest points up there are above 12,000 feet. Some really interesting hiking trails up there. Trapper Lake is up there. And it's the start of the flat tops. They run damn near all the way to Mika from here. Gigantic wild area. Alrighty. Well, we are in Toponas. I'm going to pull over. I'm going to fill my windshield washer up, clean the window, and if you're driving somewhere today, drive safe. I think I'm done filming today. I think I've got it all, although I might get the corridor down to Oak Creek one more time, but I do need to clean my window. Anyway, you guys take care, and I'll see you later.